Hey, it's Danish from Local Niche Marketing. And in this video, we are going to cover how we can create effective webinar funnels using high level or go high level. Now, in every business, we want to accomplish certain objectives, and the mods can be different. Like we are setting our different service landing pages, we are doing webinars, we are doing email marketing only for generating more revenue. Now, webinar funnels are great because it will generate leads, and we can also qualify those leads as well. It can actually enhance our conversions and sales because we are building this webinar, so we are building asset for our company, and that's why we are going to be a authoritative figure in that particular niche that we are building our webinar for, right? And whether this can be automated and is this particular system scalable for our business? Yes, indeed, because once you create effective webinars, then you can definitely scale that process up and automate that process using GoHighLevel. Now, for this video, we are going to build a live webinar, um, and then we are going to use templates for pacing this process up, and then we are going to set up automation and for reminders and confirmation. So let's just get started. We are going to add a form as we are doing it for uh, pace. So we are not relying on our own designs. We are just using the system pre-built templates for this video, right? So once you select that form, you just need to customize it according to your needs and click save, right? You can change the colors of this webinar. However, we are not here to discuss the aesthetics of the webinar funnel. We are just here to get this process done. So webinar name will be how to do a website, how to get website design fine, right? We can choose a time zone from here, and we can select a date that will uh, this webinar be, right? Start time will be 3 p.m., right? Next, the registration form is that one we built recently. Uh, Add your live webinar link. That will be the place where you are going to do your webinar. So for us, we can create a Meet link, Google Meet link, new meeting, create a meeting for later. So we can add this up in here and hit next. And then we can select from this from the templates as well. For example, we can select this one. Here it is. So we need to first of all customize it according to our webinar details. That is happening on 13th Feb at 3 p.m. So here is the form that we built. It's there for the registrants, and then we need to add change this time to February 13th, and it is happening on 3rd. 3 p.m., right? And it will be EST. We don't need all the other, right? So once that is done, uh, then we need to move to the other pages, and you can customize it according to your needs. Like you can change this text, you can change this announcement bar, and also the what the webinar will cover. So you can customize it according to your webinar. So once that is done, we will move to the next step of the webinar funnel. That will be either the uh, webinar, either the webinar confirmation page or the broadcast page. So we will edit this as well. Thanks for registering, and then we can click here to watch, and it will be um, redirected to the next page. So we don't need to change anything here. And on this one, the event start date, that will be on 13th Feb, and webinar starts at 3 p.m. EST, right? So limited spots available, click below. So this is the countdown, countdown timer. Yeah, so we have use webinar settings, so that's why it is getting that from there, which means today is 9th, and on 13th Feb it will be almost 4 days difference. So we can click save on that as well. So now once our whole thing is uh, customized for our webinar, we need to set up automation for this webinar. So remember, we have created a form. So once that is filled, we are then going to use a set event start time for this webinar. So we need to select the form name as a trigger, form submitted, and this will be form is registration, save trigger, and then we are going to use set event start time. Um, that will actually set a start time for this event. So in our case, that is 13th, and the time is 3 3 p.m. and we are good to go from here. Now, once we do that, we can send them an email, hey, uh, that you are registered for this webinar, contact name. So we can say contact first name. You are registered for our webinar for the webinar name. So you can put a webinar name here, right? And then uh, we can display the agenda of the webinar here. Agenda for the webinar will be communication skills, meeting deadlines, hiring pros, and things like that. So agenda will be disclosed in the first email, and then we will have to wait for the event to start, and we can set the event reminders or webinar reminders from here. Appointment time before, we can set it for 3 days before the event, and we can send them an email again reminding them to attend this webinar. Email, send an email, webinar for design, start on Feb 15th. Put the event in your calendars. Grab your paper and pencil and pens for note taking, or you can watch the same webinar using this link after that is being done, right? So you can again put the things here like the time and start date. Otherwise, it's all right because we are reminding them again, right? And once then we can send them another reminder before uh, 24 hours and stating the same email in here, and we can change it to the wording of the email to like webinar is starting in 24 hours, make yourself available and things like that, right? And once, so we can add another wait step, and this will remind them to before 1 hour, right? And we can say that your webinar is starting in 1 hour, get ready, right? And once that is done, we are then going to send them a recording of that particular event in their email. So we can say after 1 hour of that particular event, we are going to send them a recorded link in the email. That's it, right? So we can change it to the recorded webinar link and put the webinar link here. So they know that if they missed anything, they can watch this in the recording of the webinar. So I hope you guys like this video. Um, in case you need help with your funnels, marketing strategy, or automation, you can contact us. Everything will be mentioned in the description of this video. Until next video, thank you.